Hi, this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and this is part 3 of 4 in a series that we're doing on Michigan Antique Festivals in Davisburg, Michigan. And there's a lot of folks that help put this on, so let's talk to Tara about all the volunteers they use for this show. So there's a lot of groups that help you to make this thing happen, because you obviously have to have a lot of help. So what kind of help do you have?
You know, we are so fortunate. We have a lot of nonprofit groups that come out. We have the Springfield Fire Department. We have Cub Scouts. We have a veterans group that help with parking. They help with portering with large items. A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to haul the items out yourself. We have people that will help do it for you, and it's a small donation to a certain group. But these people work so hard. They work year-round and then take time off for our show during the week and the weekend to just help us. And that's truly what makes the show go on the way it does.
Yeah, you could definitely see it when you drive around. There's all kinds of porters carrying furniture. So if you buy something big, you don't have to worry about it. There's help here for that. So don't be worried about buying anything big, because there's people everywhere helping.
Yes, there absolutely is.
Yeah. So we're going to go back into the Ellis Barn, and we're going to talk to some of the dealers there.
This is a Japanese box from the 1940s. This Pegasus here is all silver. And if you notice, then the clouds here are edged in mother of pearl. And if you look at the orientation of the world, it's oriented towards Japan. Now, this is silver edges, and if you open up the inside, it's got little stars on the inside that are done in mother of pearl and gold. And this piece is a fantastic example. This was a 30th anniversary piece made for the president of a company, and in 1940. And there's a presentation box for it down there, and the presentation box has the name of 5 artists that work on this.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a great piece. This is a great piece of lacquer.
Very good. Thank you so much. And say the name of your business.
It's Hagues of Rochester, Paul Hague, Hagues of Rochester, 311 Main Street, Rochester, Michigan.
Okay, thank you so much.
We've been in business for 50 years on Main Street in Rochester.
Oh, wow. You've been around a while, so you know your stuff.
We have been around a while. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So here's some more items that they have in this booth. He brought a really nice assortment of things with fine jewelry and some very fine collectibles and antiques. And he had really, really nice stuff. Definitely a person you have to see if you go into the barn, because he has very unusual items also. So, and he's right here in Rochester. We're going to go see carved coins. Lucky pennies from in Michigan Charms. And what she does is she carves coins, and we're going to talk to her and see how she does this and how she makes her coins. So we're over here looking at these beautiful carved coins, and we're going to have this lady here tell us how she makes them.
My name is Roxanne. I'm the coin lady with Carved Coins LLC, and I'm a full-time nomadic numismatic artist for 9 years. Basically just means I'm a traveling coin lady. But everything I do is based on an old tradition that started in the U.S. during the Civil War, where soldiers would take simple pocket change, and they would spend hours, sometimes even months, making one coin for one person they cared about. And most of those never even made it home. They call them love tokens. And I figured if you can make something for someone you love during a war, then that's a tradition worth saving and honoring. So everything I do is completely by hand, using just this handsaw and pocket change. And you just simply start with a saw and go nice and slow. Each piece can take anywhere from a half an hour to 12 hours to just carve one coin. And I can custom design anything from portraits of pets to replicating handwriting all into a penny or a dime.
And they are beautiful. Thanks for showing us.
Come on out to the Michigan Antique Festival and check out carved coins and a million other amazing antique finds here today.
So we're going to head outside again and start looking at the dealers. There was so many dealers here that we had to do this in 4 videos, because there was just so much to see. There was over 400 dealers in this show, plus the car show, plus the food, plus all of the music and everything and the entertainment that they gave us. So it was quite a day, and it was definitely action-packed. And let's take a look at some of the jewelry that we've seen outside. And here was a place that did lots of different tin signs, and they were reproductions, but they were still really, really cool and really neat. So I use those around in my home to decorate with. Kind of gives that vintage flavor to it. And here's some more overall shots. Now, these shots don't show a lot of people because a lot of this we did very, very early in the morning. But let me tell you, it was packed. You could hardly walk by the end of the day because there was so many folks. So try to come early because this is too good to miss. And you definitely want to be able to see all the dealers and all the things that they have. So here's with some nice towels. And there was a vintage 1970s thermos there in avocado green. And here is Nifty Vintage Creations. This is their booth. And these Christmas decorations, these vintage ones, I'll tell you what, they are really hot right now. I bought an estate with a carload of this stuff. And I tell you, I still haven't sold it off, but I did so well on it. So buy that when you can. Here's Sarah. It's Old World Atlas map glasses. And there's a nice head vase. And I believe those are highball glasses. And correct us if we're wrong on anything, because we definitely like to learn too. So don't feel bad doing that. Please always correct us, because we try to be as accurate as possible with the antiques that we speak about. And here's some more glassware. And there's a newer carnival piece. And there's lots of coins and marbles. And of course, I got to look at the earrings, $2 a piece. You can't beat that. So, or 3 for $5. So I had to look through all of those. And there's some glassware and some comic books and some Pyrex. And here's a butterprint Pyrex bowl pattern. And here's another one over here. It's called Shenandoah. It's also Pyrex. And Pyrex has become very hot too. It's another thing you should always buy when you see it. Even the newer stuff, I'll tell you, people are going crazy over Pyrex, and the prices they're getting are absolutely amazing. So if you see Pyrex at a garage sale or something and it looks a little bit older to you, you should probably always grab it, because that stuff is really hot right now. And here's some outdoor decor. And the galvanized pails and some urns. Beautiful statues. And they even got the flowers in them ready for you to go. Here's a Native American picture. That was really beautiful. It's a nice piece. And this is Upcycle Crafts. This is their booth. Looks like they work on a variety of different furniture. And some smaller pieces that they sell also. And Hallmark ornaments. Look at them all. There was a lot of Hallmark ornaments at the show. So if you are into Hallmark and you're a collector, this is a show for you. Jewelry. Let me tell you, there was a lot of jewelry too. This I looked at because it was a Disney watch. I thought, boy, that's really pretty. It's kind of subtle, but it's very nice if you want Disney. Kind of was gold on gold. It looked really nice. And here's some different sterling and silver items. And some cement statues. On a trailer. He brought them all in, and a bunch of glassware. There was some fentanyl over there. And some various cups and saucers. Kind of looks like Fiesta. And here's a big table of jewelry. And I ended up buying a bunch of rings from this lady. And I told her, or she told me that she'd give me a good deal, but I couldn't tell anybody what the good deal was. So let me tell you, I got a bunch of rings from her, and it was, let's just say this, it was a good deal. So she did a great job for me, and I got all those rings, and they were just beautiful, and I can make about $10 a piece on those. Those were super nice costume rings, and they were new, of course, but they still were very nice, and they were brand new. They didn't have any fading on the bottom of the shank, and they were in great shape. So I bought quite a big handful from her, and thank you for giving me that bargain, because that was a really good bargain that day. So she had lots of jewelry and different earrings and necklaces and other things too that were quite nice. But the rings to me really shine through. So that's what I got. And here's an old lamp. Some brass things and a ship's wheel. And some tools. And all kinds of fishing items. So if you collect fishing things, there was a lot here to buy. They had lots of lures too, and they had the reels, and they had it kind of throughout the sections of the show, inside and outside. Here's a bunch of tools here, and these I believe are jade puzzle balls, and there's some natural stone bracelets and an old camera, and there's some coffee grinders. And there's people that actually collect coffee grinders, especially the older ones. They're very collectible. And here's some nice crocks and different pottery and some lanterns. You know, we're trying to show you a variety of things so you realize all the different things that are at this show. So if you have a particular thing that you're interested in, then you know what's going to happen at this show. So we tried to show as many dealers as we could so you could see the wide variety this show is able to give us. And we're going to go into the rabbit barn and see what they got into there. Lots of folks shopping. This is Burger's Garage. Is that the name of your company?
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's the name of me. I'm Burger.
Oh. Nice lamps. Thank you. And here's some other things in the rabbit barn. There were some rocks for those of you who are those rock hounds and like to collect rocks. And here's a Charlie nappy dish from the 30s. And here's some more china and some nice candlesticks. And some brassware. And there's some more ceramics. This booth had lots of things that were kind of primitive looking. If you like to decorate with those types of items. So there's such a huge variety at this show. I mean, there's pretty much everything you could possibly imagine. Here's some nice jewelry in a basket. Of course, I didn't dig through that. They had some nice enamel flower pins in there. And there was a blue rhinestone pin I was looking at. And here's an overall of another one of the barns that we went into. And some toys. And another barn. Now, one of the barns had all toys, and we put that section in with the car show because we thought toys for little kids and toys for big kids. So make sure you watch the next video we're putting out because it's all about the car show and toys. And here's another barn that we went into, and yet another one. And all of these were filled with dealers. Now this barn here was kind of all open on the side, and they had lots of food vendors in here. So let's go through and take a look at the different options that we have in this barn. Here's Mackinac Tea and Spice and King Honey. And Skinny Pete's Gourmet Catnip. And this is various different dips, mixes for those. They had a lot of variety too. And you could try them all too if you wanted to make sure you liked them. This booth here, the smell was amazing. I didn't think pickles could smell that good. These pickles smelled so good, I wanted to take some with me. They were awesome. I wish she had smell-o-vision because it'd make you hungry for pickles, that's for sure. And here's some old hats. And lots of very old vintage clothes. Probably like Victorian, late 1800s. She had some very nice, very old pieces. And these are some belts. These always sell well for me if I put them on the mannequins with a dress. They sell immediately. So I pick up those belts when I see them. Here's some brassware. And these old purses I looked at for a while, she didn't have them priced yet, but they were $10 each. And oh, I debated and debated whether to buy them or not, but there was two of them I probably should have bought, and I didn't. So I have a little buyer's regret. That beaded one there was really nice for the price. It had a lot of beading on it, and it had some rhinestone, and I like that velvet one too on the side there. That was a really old purse. Look at the beaded one in the front. It had all kinds of rhinestones in it. That was a really nice purse for $10. That would probably go for about $30 in my booth. So that was really a very reasonable price, and I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but I should have, and I like that one too. That one was super old, probably the 40s era, and it was nice, and they were all in good shape. Really good prices on vintage purses. And here's some more items with a deer. And this dealer had all kinds of pictures and paintings. And they had a little stack in the corner of just some photography prints, and that's another thing I should have bought. There were some really neat prints in there that really would have gone well in my home, and I should have leafed through those a little bit more because they were only like $15. They were very reasonable. I think some of them were even 10, but those were nice big prints for that price. You can't even develop one that big for that price. So that was very reasonable, and their pictures were quite nice too. And here's some china. And that vase, that yellow vase there, the thing with the holes on the top, that's called a flower frog. So you see them in various different shapes and with various different vases. And sometimes you just see the frog itself with the holes in it. So that's what those are called, flower frogs. And I'll tell you what, if you put your flowers in there, that spaces them out perfectly and makes it your flowers look very nice. It looks like you've done an arrangement because of all those holes being in appropriate spots. So here's some nice wooden model boats. And here's some of our outside vendors. And we're going to go do some kettle corn. Boy, that was good. It tasted really yummy. We got a big bag of that to go. We munched on that all day. So definitely pick up your kettle corn while you're here. That's another thing you only find at the festivals. So she even poured some out and made it even look that much better. And we definitely, like I said, had a bag of that. That was really yummy. So make sure you stay tuned and watch our last of the series of 4 on the Michigan Antique Festivals. We're going to be doing the car show, and we're going to be doing the toys. And this was awesome. This is Nigel's Grill, and he's been doing this since 1975. And he is one of the oldest vendors here at the show. And check it out. It looks super good. Those hot dogs look really good. Even I'm not a big hot dog person, but those look really yummy. And he had all kinds of corn dogs and French fries and all kinds of goodies. So the food here was really good. So come with your appetites because there was lots of food to choose from. And look at that. Whew. That looks really good. One of the oldest vendors at the festival. And here's another food truck. And this one has coffee and hot chocolate and all kinds of varieties of things to choose from. So tell me about the other events that you have during the show, because it's not just an antique show, it's a festival. And there's lots of other things going on. So tell me what you have.
So aside from just the normal antique and collectibles, we also have an amazing classic car show that takes place. There's a DJ out there. You can get a chance to win a month on our calendar for the following year.
So make sure you come to the Michigan Antique Festival, and there's another one coming in June. It's going to be at Midland, Michigan, at the fairgrounds there, and this one's even going to be double the size of this one. So make sure you come and see us at the Michigan Antique Festivals. So this is Lou from Lou's Antiques saying goodbye, and we'll see you again. Bye.